Hey everyone, Forever2 here, and welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. Well, for something I wanted to do. Now, I was going to continue on with the Luminary War Dance, which is just bits and pieces of an event. But I realized that my data is in my desktop, which is I haven't reinstalled it yet, so it might be a while before I can put them together. But till then, I wanted to do something that I didn't get to do. Swords and Plowshares is apparently a companion mission for the character Yunli. So that's why I'm here back at this show to try and complete that companion mission. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well, and I hope you had a great week. So,
ever since March started learning swordplay from Yancheng and Yunli, her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
Hold on a second. Seems the game is lagging again. Yeah, my game's a bit lagging here, so... We are back. Alright, to me it seems like my game's lagging when I had my game into like Windows mode so I can see the recording just in case if my recording on my OBS doesn't work. So give me a moment. I just need to cool my water. Have you seen March 7th? Yunli says. She didn't turn up for practice. Why don't you just message her, or I plan to go look for her, or who's March? Alright. I was just planning to look for her. Frankly, I haven't seen her around either. Oh. If I can't find March 7th, then I can only seek out her legal guardian, which is you. No use talking to her guardians. Fine. Hold on. If the kid won't perform, seeking the grown-ups won't do anything either. Besides, when has March ever listened to me? Indeed, Grandpa would usually throw out all the complainers. I was ordered to instruct her in the ways of the sword. She could skip this class, but I can't skip my duty. We need to talk about your child's behavior. How about this? You come find me at Orm Valley. Orm Alley. I'll wait for you. I don't know. This was back then. This was back at when the Yunli came out. I forgot which version it is, but it is a companion mission I have yet to done. Alright, where's my shorty? There you are.
There you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
So, no need to keep looking for March 7th. Maybe March 7th is actually...
Forget it. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class. Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off.
With the amount of training you put her through? Yeah, I bet.
Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me.
You know, I just reminded myself, like, when I was starting playing Arcadia or version 1.1, I could not believe that Skott, the insufferable character, just got murdered. Which reminded me of this companion mission because he was involved in that a Trailblaze event. you know. And I had been putting it off for quite a long while, so I decided to come back here.
So, I can understand where she's coming from.
So then, can I go back? Looks like she learned it from her master.
Don't make excuses for her. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food.
I'll be nice.
I'm more interested in you today.
Why? Me? Interested in what? Let me be clear. I'm not learning swordplay from you.
Let's walk and talk. Lingsha told me there's tasty food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Hopefully this might be short.
A table for two, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
How much is the entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
She's worried. She's worried we won't be able to finish it all. I don't have much money on me right now.
Oh, don't worry. There are two of us.
Yunli looks at you confidently.
Well, then I'll start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
No,
Thank you.
she's a little glutton. So, are you sure we don't need to look for March? Do you usually eat a lot?
No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
Again, do you eat a lot?
Yeah. I mean, not too much, actually. Grandpa said to never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
I don't eat much. I tried eating that food challenge in Eureka 6, but I had no idea how you could pass it. Let's be confident.
Then eat to your heart's content.
So, did you say you're interested in me?
Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
Which one?
Yanqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Wait, is she talking about my bat? Yeah, it's my bat. It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat.
Seriously? A bat?
Are you still curious, or are you disappointed?
Just the opposite. This is fascinating.
You place your beloved bat, your most trusted companion, perhaps the second only to the likes of March 7th, Donghang, well, Himiko, and Pom Pom, before Yunli's gaze.
So, it really is a baseball bat.
My first weapon when I started the game. It has been a faithful companion before I got my lance. And the iconic line, the rules are made to be broken.
Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape, so, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master, so your bat actually reflects your habits and nature, you know?
Really? It's a very blunt sword, not a sharp one.
Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules,
True.
enjoys improvising,
Yep.
and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Have you been secretly filming me?
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly
Shit.
like, rules are made to be broken.
How?
I've come across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
Wait, you take people's swords by force and melt them down?
Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons. But just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
And this was way before the war dance story event. In the story, yeah. Think there's a Borison? Yeah.
Miss Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself. But for people like her who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage.
Who the hell are you?
It has been a while, Miss Nameless.
Shichui.
And you are?
This is Battle Yukong's secretary.
Thank you for your introduction, Miss Nameless. I'm Shi Kui, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize for interrupting your conversation.
Emil.
I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello.
She's a person I try to woo. So, are you hosting any guests, Miss Shikwe?
Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikwe, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Might as well, right? Sorry, lady.
I love chatting about food with people.
Oh, sorry, lady. But I'm afraid we'll have to cut off. I feel so bad for the waitress. We ordered a bunch of food, and all of a sudden, we're gonna put it off.
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Lafu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. It's completely different from my homeland. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. And then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
So let's talk about Kalevala.
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time. Even though the trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. But our planet is really great. Sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity.
Let's talk about the sword.
Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped the legendary heroes of my homeland slay demons, and is highly revered. It also has the power to choose monarchs. All the ancient kings of Kalevala received a sign from the sword, showing they were worthy to rule the land. According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next.
So, is it some sort of biometric technology, or that sword can actually appoint worthy monarchs?
Well, those are just legends from the past. No one today has witnessed it firsthand.
I get the feeling that this might be a reference to Excalibur, the sword Excalibur, not the anime character Excalibur. So why don't you keep the sword for yourselves?
Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king has become a joke. Besides, it wasn't a native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection to the Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar. While the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala, it doesn't truly belong to our world. The old-timers on Council had a heated debate about whether to return the sword. They eventually unanimously agreed to let the Mieka Kivesa return to where it truly belongs. That's the best possible outcome.
I'm going to witness its return too.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
I bet this sword's got a lot to say, huh, Yunli?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together.
I'm not interested in the sword, to be honest. I'd love to take a look at that sword too.
I know, right? Thanks to March 7 skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird, but now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
Well, we'll see. Wait.
It's still early. Where to now?
There you are. Come on, let's go to the ceremony together.
Let's go. Alright. But you. Jenny, why are you here?
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment, my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris.
Funny enough that this was during when Argenti's VA was not even there. So he couldn't voice this. Like, I'm kinda glad that I waited. Kinda glad.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend, glad to meet you again.
What's up?
Who is this weirdo? Who is this knight?
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Cienjo. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name.
Oh god.
I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
How many grandchildren do you have?
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony.
Something's bound to happen. I just know it.
On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kivesa to the Cienjo Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword, and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Cienjo Lawfu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland, Mieka Kivesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged, Gu Yin. It was forged by Han Guang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Flame Wheel Forge.
Wait, Hangguang?
You know that?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Cienjo Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory.
She knows something.
I've decided to entrust this sword, Gu Yin, to the Lawfu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Lawfu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hongguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
Calm down, Yunli. A cursed sword? Maybe I shouldn't react.
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now. This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me?
Sure thing. I'll make sure she doesn't get into any trouble, but General, is it really my place to get involved in your family matters?
Don't worry about it. I need your help on this. I apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
In the fervent plea of Huayan, you temporarily depart to
Unless
find
I'm
Yunli.
mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
The only thing I know about Yunli is that she had a quest to find these cursed swords made by her father that claimed more lives than anything in any one of the abominations. I think it's her life's goal was to find her father's swords that he forged, because somehow they are cursed, and melt them down. Who knows? I don't want to serve more. What's wrong?
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
Actually, I'm here because I care about you.
Really? Thank you. Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
Wait, no one can help you if you don't explain what's going on.
Grandpa sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one.
So it's a sword that's been cursed. So it's like a sacred sword that's been corrupted.
You've clearly heard a lot of folk tales. But that's not the kind of cursed sword I'm talking about. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength.
But something like that, Marchson could graduate just one day. So where can I buy one?
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk. Soon enough, he'll no longer be a person, wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts.
Sounds oddly familiar. So it's like being possessed by a heliobus.
Oh, so you're familiar with Heliobi. That makes this much easier to explain. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with Heliobi, as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
So Guillaume is one of those cursed swords. So your father sealed a heliobus inside a sword.
I know. I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Maybe there are other ways out of the Palace of Astro.
Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission. It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years.
How many swords has the man made?
I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword?
Sounds like it.
Maybe I should keep an eye on her.
Yeah. Maybe we should. Maybe we should.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Maybe behind you.
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
I know her. She's from the Xianzhou Shuming's Artisanship Commission. Was she carrying a massive sword?
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, "I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff?" I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Let's cut to the chase. Where did she go?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
Unfortunately, they're gonna be scrapped. I know for sure. Wait, where am I at? Alright. Oh, I can't go over there. That would be too easy. Looks like I'm going to go the long way around. Long way around. I'll have to skip everything here. It has been a long time since I've been in this place. Yeah, this is where the arbor tree was at anyway. What the hell? What an odd child. You're here to laugh too, aren't you? But you don't look familiar. I think you're an outworder. I didn't think these fights were known to so many people. So what's the punchline? The hottest topic on the CN show, of course. The one about the 6 major commissions are suitable for new workforce members. Some guy who claims to be diviner was having a feud with some guy who claims to work for the Artisanship Commission, and they even wanted to have a fight-off in front of the Artisanship Commission. Actually, all this arguing back and forth, in my opinion, none of the 6 major commissions are any good, and some applies for the people who work here. You're so young. How can you be so sure? What do you know? I may look young, but I'm so much smarter than these adults who have lived for centuries. What's with that look? Don't believe me? Let me tell you. Just from this fight alone, I made a ton of money. They might be a diviner and a craftsman, but they are no match for me. They're so easy. Please elaborate and help me understand. Nothing. Just that whole I'll be an adult next year, which of the 6 major commissions should I apply for? That's me. Bet you didn't expect that, did you? So I saw them going at it, so I borrowed my buddy's Jada Apkus and started fanning fanning the fire. It was so easy. Before I knew it, I'd gone viral. And then these two fools challenged each other to a fight. I can't. These adults are too hilarious. I saw that they posted the location, so I rented multiple star skiffs specifically to shuttle the spectators who came to watch the fun. So in the end, so many people came for the fun that the Artisanship Commission had to implement odd-even license plate restrictions. Now my passenger transport hotline is booming. I really have to thank them. Yeah, doing things like this at this tender age, it's not good to investigate flame wars like this. It's all about voluntary participation. I didn't force them to argue. If they're willing participants, how can I be blamed? People who wanted to watch the show came on their own. Those two fools only knew how to brag and talk big using the Jane abacus, but they didn't even manage to meet the face-to-face. I'm guessing they must have been separated on two star skips by the odd-even plate restriction, so they couldn't meet up. But to be honest, it doesn't matter if they meet at this point. I've earned enough to afford an entire year's worth of immortal delights and snacks. Yeah, you're a master of viral marketing. Huh? Don't you know that's something that could be done? What a shame. Without the smarts, you will live a beautiful, pitiful childhood. You missed out a great earning opportunity. The Epicadary in the Lyceum always say that it's the era that builds heroes, not heroes that build the era. I don't believe it. I've been pondering about a half a year, and I haven't figured out other truths yet. But this era thing is really fascinating. As long as the momentum is up, it doesn't matter whether the person is a hero or not. The money just keeps rolling in. Look at them, living for centuries in vain. If you want to see some fun, go check out the freight star skiffs. You might even see the two dolts. I have encountered a lot of things. I never encountered that odd child. Alright. Never really did. Ah, yes, I remember this space. This is where we fought that damnable deer. I hated that deer so much. Where am I? Oh, finally, I found her. Well, she gave them a hard time.
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. I don't want to drag you into it.
Is this really about the time to talk about that? I promised your grandpa that I'd keep an eye on you.
Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Okay, here we go. Fight, fight, fight.
Have some sunshine!
I choose you.
Commencing classification.
Catadons? Ha!
As you wish. Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies!
Lower your weapon. Treasonous.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
The overworld times used to be so difficult.
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but arumatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Of course I'm here to stop you. I can't just stand here and watch you get into trouble. You know this cursed sword isn't just your problem.
No, it's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Lofu. But leaving that cursed sword here will also make things difficult for the Lawfu. So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take all the blame. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right?
Well, I just feel like you're too obsessed with cursed swords. So you are self-aware after all.
No, really. Do I come across that way? Well, I guess I can't deny it.
Now you have the chance to explain yourself. Looks like this is a sensitive topic.
Seems like you've met a lot of people who don't tell you the whole story.
Why don't you just tell me everything?
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break. I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly, I don't remember much about him.
Oh.
All I know is that the Flame Wheel Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing.
Look at her. She's a little bean. A cutie, sword-wielding computity.
I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Flame Wheel Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar.
Oh, God.
Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires.
Oh, my goodness.
And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged.
Jesus. I mean, that kind of explains why she wants to destroy these swords. At all.
It was so sudden.
And she was young.
And unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that. Except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Flame Wheel Forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs.
And most of them are scattered? You got quite a long time to find them.
When I joined the Flame Wheel Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them. And Guyan will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants.
And that's her own sword, yeah?
I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
Let's see. But the delegation calls it the Sword of Heroes. I think you should talk to General Huayan about it. Oh no.
So, you're saying, even though Grandpa knew it was a cursed sword, he still chose it to be a prize because he thought it wouldn't cause any trouble? No. No matter how I think about it, something is definitely off. Grandpa didn't tell me anything about the ceremony. He must be hiding something. Besides, after our argument today, you want me to go back and talk to him now? No way. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyan until he gives me his reasons.
Don't forget to apologize to General Huayan.
Yeah. I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Well, I'm not sure if I should talk to this guy. Well, that's good. Alright, back here. Wrong way. Back here again. Let's talk to old Grandpa.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young lady?
Well, you explain what happened in detail. Yeah.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Flame Wheel Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Ju-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts.
So he thought of using Heliobi to absorb emotions? So he thought using Heliobi to impart combat experience?
By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongguang's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Flame Wheel Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
So that's why you didn't want her to see the sword?
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack.
A cosmic haystack, by the way.
And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
So does that sword really contain a Heliobus?
Hu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Hongguang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost.
So Yunli plans to talk to you tomorrow, but I highly doubt.
I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Let's see. Inform Master Gongshu. Don't you worry. General Huayan has already confirmed his instructions. Right. I heard from my apprentices that a young lady with a sword barged into the Artisanship Commissions. That's General Huayan's granddaughter, right? Is she here to chat or kidnap me? She's calmed down for now. Yeah. She already promised me that she wouldn't take Guyan until we've confirmed the situation. What? She's coming to steal the sword? My nerves can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just escorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. It is currently in the armory without a chance for compromise or mishaps. You just relax. When I have time, I want to hear that girl tell me why she tried to steal the blade. Huh.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
A pretty lady like her never gets tiring.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
Yes, we gotta find the wife or girlfriend. I don't care what she is. After finishing it all, you returned to the Express and came face to face with March 7th, caught skipping class. Sipping milk tea and gossiping, time slipped away unnoticed. The next day arrived. Oh, Gonshu, what happened? Daho. You there? Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come by the Artisanship Commission? What, something happened to the sword? Whoa, I didn't even say anything. How'd you know? That's correct. The Artisanship Commission said they received the sword yesterday from General Huayan. Today, when we checked in, the sword had vanished. Anyway, the Realm Keeping Commission is officially conducting an investigation and it is interrogating the relevant individuals. I told them to be careful. I even told Master Gonshu yesterday to keep careful watch of the sword. Does he know about the current situation? Yeah, you reported this case. Anyway, anyone who attended yesterday's ceremony and lacks a clear alibi will be considered a suspect. The craftsman also mentioned a young girl who broke into the Artisanship Commission with a sword in hand. She bears the bulk of the suspicion. Alright, enough chatter. I'll see you at the Artisanship Commission. God damn it, Yunli. God damn it. What'd you do?
All right. Everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
I can vouch for her. Yunli promised me she wouldn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Just keep quiet. Yeah, I agree.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed aromatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
It's like a locked room murder mystery. Wish we had March 7th here.
Hey! It's just a theft. The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
The suspect knew about the box and the sword. The theft was planned in advance.
Yeah, I don't think it was stolen on a whim.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Could it be that someone from the delegation stole the sword? Could it be that Argenti stole the sword? Could it be that a craftsman stole the sword? I don't know. I didn't steal the sword.
Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals.
What about...
In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place?
I mean, not everyone in the delegation has the same agenda.
That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
I mean, is it an option? What about the Argenti?
Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission. You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Cienjo. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Law Fu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right?
Well, the only option is, could it be that I stole the sword?
So, did you steal it?
No, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
Why? It was the only option I had!
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission. Not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
So,
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
No, this isn't the only remaining possibility. I think we might be missing something here.
If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name.
Let's see. Talk to the witnesses at the
Did
scene.
we miss any clues?
Alright. There's only 5 people here. Hang on a second. We can investigate. The container used to steal Guyon is indeed a sight to behold. Its beauty is radiant. Perhaps it was this very beauty that has drawn unwanted attention. Regardless, as one of the few pieces of physical evidence left at the scene, it just might hold traces of the thief. Sword case exterior, sword case locked, or open sword case. Let's look at the lock. The locking mechanism nestled within the case remains intact, bearing no marks of external force or tampering.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock?
What about the sword case exterior? The sword case, masterfully adorned with metal wire inlays, traces the pattern of lotus flowers, so subtly proclaiming its origin from the illustrious Xianzhou Zhuming. Open the sword case. You notice a few smears of red along the bottom of the sword case's interior. It's hard to ignore, as if a deliberate declaration of existence to those who are viewing the sword case. Extract the red coloring from the interior. A few petals teetering on the brink of withering, more precisely, a single rose petal.
Why is this flower petal inside the case?
You close the sword case and put it back. Roses. Intact lock and a rose petal. The only clue we have here. Alright.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons were smashed!
That might have been Yunli's fault. Yeah, that might have been Yunli's fault. Yep. Okay, let's talk with you, Pavo.
Who could have thought that the Mieka Kivesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission. And now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Because the sword can take over the wielder's mind. Because the sword contains an evil spirit.
That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Mieka Kivesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
Well, was that actually the voice of the Helibus? That's a common element in myths and legends.
Oh, of course, it could just be a myth. After all, no one has actually heard the sword speak. The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Well, it's the only thing I can do. Could ask.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away.
That would be too convenient. And how are you planning on finding the cursed swords? No, that would make it look like you did steal it.
There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword? Leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to?
Is it really that strange? Maybe the case was too much trouble.
I mean, carrying around the sword like that would be pretty conspicuous. Wouldn't a thief prefer to take the case as well?
Funny. Funny that. Well,
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young lady, so you have the best chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me?
let's see. Did she come to see you afterward?
No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now.
So how was the sword delivered?
After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored.
That's all I have to ask.
I'm counting on you, then.
Well, let's talk with Daohao and confirm the truth.
If you've found any clues, feel free to tell everyone.
I'm 100% sure that Yunli didn't steal the sword.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Daohao.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off.
The debate starts...
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli.
I forgot about this mini-game. Jinara. Alright. Let me see. We can continue on... We can either continue questioning or present evidence. We could continue questioning, or go next.
Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission trying to take away Guyun, but you stopped her in her tracks.
What if I press continue questioning? Let me see.
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun. We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Ah, wait. What if we present the evidence? Okay, what about the intact log?
I carefully examined the lock of the sword case, and there were no signs of tampering or damage.
What does that mean?
It means the case was never locked in the first place.
As to why the case was never locked in the first place, only the people who delivered it to the Artisanship Commission would know. Plus, I found something else inside the case. Which piece of evidence should I use to further convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
It's a rose petal.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. I must have missed it during the search. Why was there a petal inside the case?
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
Why? I forgot about these things.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
How am I supposed to know? Ask Argenti, not me.
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
It flew out of its own?
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
Because it's got a heliobus.
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
How could you, man? I mean, with a mind like yours, Argenti, how can you fall for this?
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
God damn it, Argenti.
It's still early. Where to now?
Yeah.
Think you get away with your crime by pretending?
Wait. Where am I supposed to go? I went the other way. Alright. I think let's go down here. There we are. In a corner of the Starskiff Haven, you stumble upon a knight clad in shimmery armor. "15th day of month X, 1604. No, the meme! Not the chair. The chair.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
I immediately saw that. I had played Devil May Cry 5 and I knew the meme on that one. I saw the chair, him turning around, sword in hand. It clicked. My god, dude.
Knight of Beauty.
Why?
You're the one who stole Guyun, right?
Why was there a chair?
Hand it over. You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
Why steal Guyun now? So you intentionally left the rose petal behind.
Yes, I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyun and uphold my knightly oath.
What? What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyun in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down.
God, what is your obsession with beauty? Well, then again, he is a knight of beauty who believed in the Aeon of the beauty.
I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsman, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
You are fucking weird.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyun that impressed me. So I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyun's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a knight of beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Why?
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
No. It's like a devil that can mess with your mind.
That's what makes cursed swords so scary.
Captivated? No, I am touched by Master Guyun's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyun away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
You know, to be honest, I think he's in his world of his own, even before the sword. It's always weird.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
I represent.
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyon in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyon to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords.
In all honesty, his boss fight back in a couple of years ago was the most ridiculous boss fight I ever had to deal with. Because I couldn't get to Ponacon without facing this dude. And it was hard.
Show me what you've got.
Let's hope it's easier this time.
You're not going to use Guyon to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
We can do anything.
You're a real weirdo.
Yeah, he's always been weird.
You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Okay.
Jesus.
Embrace a new
See what I mean?
Dispel
See
the
what I
cloud.
mean?
Destroy the skies.
I don't think I did that to the team. But Casterus is
May
doing
death
good damage.
protect us.
Yes. Second phase.
Behold, this symbol of pure. Let the
Brings
duel
4 more of those things.
Have some sunshine.
There's gotta be a chapter that involves the beauty.
As you wish.
If the beauty does return someday, who knows?
Put forth all your
I really want to see this.
difficulties.
beyond.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us.
Damn.
For
Damn,
sure.
Cassie. I don't regret getting Casterus. Yes.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
Someone knock him out.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight.
But
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone.
Argenti draws forth an ancient sword, scarred from countless battles.
I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Just be careful, Yunli. I think it's worth a shot, Yunli.
Fine. Show me your past.
Well, I guess some cursed swords might be evil, but I think this one's just plain tired.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Is this your memory?
Alright. Hold on a second. The mystery is solved. Nobody stole Guyon. It just made itself gone with the wind. Culprit or victim, Guyon owes everyone an explanation for what happened. Learn about the memories of shared between Guyon and the nameless swordmaster. I forget to see this.
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and wolf troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyon, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisan. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
And it must be the Koslava, right? That's gotta be it.
I'm alive. And all the young people in the village.
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisan. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisan. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in. They just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their Beastmasters. You beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisan taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisan cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely. I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long. and there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
Yikes.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
I'm getting the feeling that this nameless sword master might have been Marstruck, and he knows it's his time because Xianzhou people have been cursed by Yaosha, or the Abundance. They get long lives, but at some point they will turn to Marstruck soldiers. He's telling them, and they may not know, but he might be that very demon that they're going to warn him about. But they don't know it's him.
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding.
I think?
I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out.
I'm not sure if he became Marstruck or not. I'm not too sure.
It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. You left me there without ever looking back.
Is there any change? Yeah. That's him, isn't it?
Thank you, my old friend.
I figured. I knew it. It was him.
Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste, my old friend?
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home.
And that's the monument, huh? That literal sword in the stone?
During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yunli is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
You may be weird or stupid, but you're an honest guy, Argenti. Yeah, I didn't think he'd be taken over. Nor, I don't think he is able to be taken over. Because I think the beauty, has more influence than any mind-controlled thing. Unless something else happens.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yunli, I trust Guyan's experiences have changed your mind.
I had no idea that this sword has such a past. Junior Huayan said this sword would change you.
That's why Grandpa hid it from me. So I wouldn't make a hasty decision. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
Yeah, we should. Or not.
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword.
I think it's a mercy. Oh, Yunli.
I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You are no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
I think I know where this is going. What if I know a sword can be reforged into something else? He might become an instrument.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
If that's what you want, I'm on board. You might as well ask Guyan's opinion.
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow.
No.
But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
Finally, you make your way to the artisanship's Pentag Armory, seeking the use of the forged material.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the lawful?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this, but at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood.
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Let's go. So, she did melt it down. And she did say she's gonna transform it into something. I thought it would be a musical instrument, or it better not be a plow.
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
What's this golden sapling?
I come from a long line of Kalevala monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
And he is a Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
So that's him. Oh, she did transform him into something else. The instrument. I knew it was going to be an instrument. Well, that's pretty unique. Well, Argenti, you finally found one good one.
As a punishment for being an accomplice in this theft, General Huayan assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the Xianzhou residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the Xianzhou soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
And somehow we meet in Panaconi again, and somehow we meet in Planetarnia. I think. Can't remember.
I'm feeling a bit emotional. I'd like to stay here for a while. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like March?
Maybe not. I have my baseball bat. That's all I gotta say.
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the Xianzhou Lawfu soon. But of course, the experiences here will become an epilogue to the hero's stories. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the Xianzhou. I believe it's what he would have wanted.
Well, goodbye, Pavo. An unassuming ancient Guzan. If that's how you pronounce it, I apologize. Its body and strings appear to be crafted from a unique kind of metal. Even without a human's touch, it occasionally bursts out notes, as if humming an untuned melody for someone unseen. Well, I can safely assume that might be Guyon. He became the sword. He was once a sword, and now he became an instrument. And with that, I believe that companion quest for Yunli is now completed. And I would like to say thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, if you liked the video, click the like button if you did enjoy it. If you didn't like it, the dislike button is there as well. Comments will be helpful if you have anything to say about this mission video. Did you feel a little bit emotional about this? I was a little emotional. For a sword that wish that desires to not be used for, well, what its intended purpose to be. I think I got a good ending right there. And as well, if you wish to support my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And it'd be greatly appreciated, and I would love you all for it. And telling the algorithm of YouTube to say, hey, this video is pretty good. Check out my channel. Well, that's all I gotta say for now. And it's just something I wanted to catch up on for a long while, for a long time. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the videos. Peace out, and have an awesome week. Bye!